Alright guys, and welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Star Wars The Mandalorian Chapter 1, the first episode of the new Disney Plus original series, The Mandalorian. Anyways, Chapter 1 was directed by Dave Filoni and written by Jon Favreau. Um, so yeah, I'm going to do a little spoiler free, and then I'll kind of get into some full spoiler territory. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna start off. I enjoyed it, and it wasn't my favorite Star Wars thing or TV episode. Some episodes of like Clone Wars and Rebels I enjoyed more, but I thought it was a solid start. I felt myself not being into the first 15, 20 minutes as much. But then again, most of it, pretty much all of it, was uh featured in the trailers and clips and whatnot we've seen of it. So yeah, but right after that, it's pretty much the scene with Werner Herzog. Right after that scene was right where it started getting some other stuff, and I really, really, really liked the final 20, 25 minutes of the episode. Um, so yeah, overall, I thought it was a well-paced episode, but I do wish it was a little bit longer in runtime. It was 39 minutes with credits, so yeah, that's not a big deal. I wouldn't like it, you know. I do like an episode when it's well paced and not dragged out, but obviously I do wish it was a little bit longer, but yeah. Um, so yeah, I do hope every episode isn't this short. I do hope they're longer, but you know, it is what it is. It'd be a little disappointing, but yeah. Um, so yeah. Uh, then the characters were okay. Some of them just haven't had screen time, but obviously the Mandalorian had pretty much all the screen time. He did have a lot more dialogue than I thought he would. Uh, Definitely was speaking a lot more. Um, Obviously that was a lot more when in certain scenarios he was didn't say a word really, but yeah. And obviously as we learn more about him, whatnot, pretty interesting. Some of the stuff is kind of spoilery, so I'll talk about that later. But and then there's other characters like Grief Karga, who's played by Carl Weathers. Wasn't in it much, only for like a scene, so obviously we'll see more of him later. And then Werner Herzog, kind of Herzog. I wrote it as Herzog in the script, but he's Herzog. I don't know why I did that, but so yeah, his scene is in the trailers, so it's nothing new. And like there's a it's Star Wars Celebration in Chicago. The scene what they showed was basically the scene. So yeah, I'm on Wikipedia. His character is called the Client in quotation marks. So yeah, then there's Nick Nolte's character, who's an Ugnaught named Kuo. I don't know that's how you pronounce it, but I liked him a lot, and hopefully I could see more of him. I believe I could be wrong about this, but like the scenes we saw in the trailers from him are in this episode. Bit of a spoiler, but yeah, but you know, hopefully we see more of him. Which obviously I'd have to rewatch trailers, but yeah, but and there is IG11, who's voiced by Taika Waititi, who will be directing, I believe, the final episode, Chapter 8. But, yeah, obviously he was an IG droid. It's a bit more humor than, yeah, so, pretty much typical droid. Now, like, most of the droids in Star Wars are just humorous, so, yeah. Didn't have much screen time, but hopefully we'll see more of him in the future. But yeah, all the other characters that were shown in promotional stuff really haven't been introduced to them yet. Like the what's the character's name? Forgetting the actress's name too. Is I am I completely blanking on the character and the actress's name? Yeah, Cara Dune. Played by she played by I forget. Gina Carranco. Carranco. I don't know. I said the same exact thing, but yeah, haven't been introduced to her character yet. And obviously, guy from Breaking Bad, haven't been introduced to his character, Moff Gideon, or you pronounce his name. Obviously, not probably later in the season, but yeah. Um, what? Not. Yeah. Guess before I get into some spoiler territory, go like kind of overview of my thoughts. So yeah, I liked the episode. Thought it was a good start. I liked the characters. The pace I thought was good. The setting, I enjoyed the setting too. And all of that. But something was just I guess a tiny bit off. I really don't know what it was. I guess I was like some of the visual stuff. You know, some of it looks like just a Star Wars movie, and then some of it obviously you could tell it's like it's very very much a TV show. You can tell in some scenes that it's just not as high budget. Obviously, not really much, and then that's very nitpicky. So yeah. Obviously, I guess another thing was that most of the episode was shown in the in promotional stuff like trailers and clips and whatnot. Uh, so I guess that could be another reason why. And there's pretty much two scenes weren't in promotional stuff, which I thought were great. Which I'll get into those in a little bit. But I am still very much excited for Friday and the next 6 Fridays after that. Well, obviously, technically, the one Friday Mandalorian episode doesn't come out because Rise of Skywalker does. It comes out on Wednesday that week. But obviously, I'm so excited for Friday because Rise of Skywalker comes out. But yeah, anyways, let's get into some spoilers. Well, I guess yeah, I like the episode. Not my favorite thing, but as the season goes along, it'll probably, hopefully, get better and whatnot. Some of those stuff will be um, better. So yeah, spoilers. So starts off with the Mandalorian on this like ice slash snowy planet. I thought that was pretty cool. Don't know the name of the planet, but shows them going into a cantina. The scene was actually shown on was the scene shown during Monday Night Football on Monday. This week. So yeah, shows him going in there, get into a little bit of a brawl, and then that scene where like I guess grappling hook, you could say, the guy, and then starts dragging him, and then he pulls out his blaster and shoots him, and then chops him in half. So yeah, obviously that's really cool, but it's in every single trailer, so yeah. And then he collects the guy. He's his bounty, I guess. The guy who has a bounty on his head, and then takes him to his ship. Along the way, like, this scene was kind of interesting. He gets a ride on planet, which they go to a Kupaz or Kabuz. I don't know how you pronounce his name, which is the species was shown in New Hope. It was the like Imperial spy on Mos Eisley, kind of was spying on Luke and Obi-Wan and R2 and 3PO, and I guess Han Chewie, and reveals their location to the Imperials. But yeah, they're very weird looking. I always thought it was like they were wearing a mask, but at least when I was younger. But I'm pretty sure they're not wearing a mask. They wear goggles, but yeah, and they very much look like they're wearing a mask, but it's not. It's just what they look like. Very weird looking. Unless I'm wrong and just don't know what I'm talking about, which could very well be the case, but no, they're kind of weird looking. But yeah, and like he fucking, but yeah, and then the Gumez, he Mandalorian, as he goes up to him and get a ride, and has like a little, like flute or whatnot, where he calls one. One comes up with a droid driver, like a R2 unit, I believe it was, or one. I believe it was an R2 unit. I could be forgetting, but one at least, so it looks like an R2 unit, or let me see if they have a official name for the droid yet. It's an R5, but and the Mandalorian does one, so then Kivaz calls another one with an old crappy speeder, and then they go to his ship, and then there's like a big ice water creature thingy. Then he's like grabbing onto the ship, so then the Mandalorian is like stuns it, and it goes away, and then they're leaving, and then the guy, the got for the bounty, the guy on the bounty, I really don't know what it's called, but the species is called is a mithril, which I believe is a new species, but and he says he's gonna go use the bathroom, which was kind of weird hearing that in Star Wars, because they don't really ever mention that. In fact, I don't even know if they have mentioned that. At least in definitely in the movies they haven't mentioned that before, like characters going to use the bathroom, but and trying to find the toilet. So yeah, but then he's actually not going to use the toilet. He's going to like snoop around the ship. She does, and you find some people frozen in carbonite, and then the Mandalorian shows up and throws him in the carbonite container and freezes him. So yeah, that first like 10 minutes is a lot more comedic than like the rest of the episode is. Very very much felt like you know it's pretty comedic. So yeah, I really don't have a problem with that, but I found it kind of interesting. And then the this episode really wasn't that comedic. Obviously, still jokes and whatnot. You know, like from me. Obviously, IG-11 was kind of comedic, but yeah. And then Mandalorian goes to another planet, which that's where Grief Karga is. Goes there to collect his reward, um, which originally he was like offering the Mandalorian Imperial credits. Mandalorian didn't want it, so then he gave him like this like gooey like credits, and I don't know what the name of them is, but yeah. Also, one thing I completely forgot to mention, the Mithril dude, whatever his name is, he mentioned the Holiday Life Day, which was created in the Star Wars Holiday Special. Which another thing is when the Mandalorian's like long blaster like stun thing was also originally um from the Holiday Special. So which is like Boba Fett's blaster. Which that's really cool. That stuff. Obviously the Holiday Special is known for not being good. So yeah. Yeah, Life Day. It says it's only been mentioned. It says mentioned Battlefront 2. Obviously, Chapter 1 of The Mandalorian. Join the Resistance, attack at Starkiller Base. Haven't read that, so I probably won't. And then in the From a Certain Point of View, like short story retelling of A New Hope. Which I need to. I really wanted to read that for a while, and I haven't. Uh, I probably should just go get it and read it. But yeah. Anyways, then Amanda wants some new jobs and offers him some. Mandalorian wants to take all of them, and Karga doesn't want him to, and then Mandalorian wants the highest paying one, and Karga offers him a secret kind of job, and the Mandalorian also takes it. And then that's where we're going. He meets Werner Herzog's character. Still wrote it as Herzog, I don't know why. Um, and obviously the scenes were all from trailers, and there's a clip which was shown at Star Wars Celebration Chicago, which had leaked online back in April. And obviously I watched it then, but I believe it was also uploaded to YouTube yesterday also, so you can watch it on YouTube. But Herzog's character wants him to get the asset. Not So yeah, obviously then, and but obviously Mandalorian accepts it and whatnot. And one of the rewards is Beskar, which is the like um I don't know like stuff you use to make some of the Mandalorians or stuff you use to make the Mandalorian's armor. Um, you get some Beskar up front, or at least one bar of it, which you know. Then after that, also in the room, there's like stormtroopers and whatnot, and there's like a doctor guy or something who comes out. Um, so yeah, I don't know why I'm having a hard time remember the scene. Um, so yeah, and then hmm, that scene was okay, but right after that, I really, really started enjoying the episode because the commander gets the best car, and then he goes straight to an like underground Mandalorian hideout. So then this is probably my favorite scene from the episode. Um, there's a final review in the episode, which would probably be higher if it wasn't trending on Twitter. Um, before I saw the episode, it was trending at like 7 a.m. and I didn't see the episode yet. And yeah. I digress. But anyways, Mandalorian takes the best car, and we are giving credits to a what are they called? I'm blanking on the name. Blacksmith or whatever the hell you want to call them. Um, Mandalorian one. And Mandalorian's like helmet was pretty cool looking. Um, kind of like medieval. I don't know medieval, but yeah, I guess kind of look to it. Um, so yeah, and then while they're like smelting the best car to make him a new shoulder pad, um, the Mandalorian's sitting there and he has some flashbacks, very quickly, flash real quick, then back to the scene, then flash real quick, and back to the present day scene and whatnot. Um, it shows during the Clone Wars, and getting attacked from separatist battle droids. So obviously knows why he doesn't like droids. But yeah. Also, and he has the Beskar and whatnot to the blacksmith Mandalorian. Blacksmith Mandalorian says something about how the like rise in the foundlings or something, which I guess it also kind of alludes to that the Mandalorian is a foundling Mandalorian. So I'm guessing that's someone who's not actually Mandalorian but is taken in by the Mandalorians and made into a Mandalorian. So yeah. Anyways, in the Mandalorian, he then goes to the planet which actually has a name as Arvala 7. Um, and then the Mandalorian gets attacked by a blurg, and then Cool, whatever Nick Nolte's Ugnaught character, saves him, or at least helps him. Mandalorian would have probably gotten out of it, but yeah. And then they go back to Cool's place and teaches the Mandalorian how to ride a blurg, and kind of talks to him about how because the Mandalorian doesn't think he can ride it, and then kind of motivates him and says that to the Mandalorian that you're a Mandalorian, you can do it and whatnot. Obviously, that's a very bad me describing it. Kind of watch the episode to really understand it. But yeah, I really liked those scenes with Cool and whatnot. So yeah, and obviously the reason why I like teach him the right thing is because he offered him take him to the mercenaries hideout where Mandalorian's bounty is. But yeah, then obviously which they do, they go there. A nice scene. Score, I'm liking the score. It's different, but it still feels Star Warsy enough. The composer Ludwig Grove. What's his fucking what's his name? I don't have the composer's name on Wikipedia. I gotta go to Wikipedia for that. Obviously, Black Panther. I know that he won the Oscar. Ludwig Göransson. So yeah, see, he did like score for Black Panther. Which the score for that was pretty good. I liked the score for that. What else did he do? He did Venom score for that. I don't remember the score in that, so be doing the Christopher Nolan's next film, Tenet. He did Creed, both Creeds. Yeah, he's been doing some good stuff. This year, Mandalorian's really the only thing he's composed. So yeah. Anyways, then goes Mandalorian to the hideout. Kill leaves, and then the Mandalorian's like scouting the area out, and IG droid just goes right in and starts killing the mercenaries. And the Mandalorian goes down there and fights with the IG droid, which it's obviously IG-11. And then they kill all the mercenaries, Mandalorians. Then they go in to collect, and on Wikipedia's called the asset, which is revealed to be a baby Yoda species. Or, obviously, it's really, really cool to me. Too bad I was trying on Twitter. I got spoiled, but yeah. Baby Yoda was trending on Twitter. It was like number 3 trend for me, or something like that. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah. And then IG-11 wants to kill it. Before he does that, the Mandalorian shoots him in the head, maybe destroying him. I don't know. Droids can come back though, so he might. But yeah. Obviously, I like the battle scenes they had there, and those are pretty cool. Obviously, the reveal of the Baby Yoda species is pretty cool too. So yeah. And the episode ends there with Mandalorian shooting IG-11 and the Baby Yoda species. Yeah, obviously I'll pick up in next week's on Friday's episode. So yeah, overall, said I liked it. Definitely really liked the final 20 to 25 minutes. The first 15-20 minutes I just wasn't into as much, but I really like the characters, settings, and whatnot. But yeah, overall my grade for the episode is gonna be a B plus. Shows a lot of great potential. Honestly, it kind of doesn't get any better than this, and but obviously chapter 2 that comes out on Friday. I will either have a review on Friday or Saturday. But yeah, anyways, I've been Star Wars Review, and guess I'll catch you guys the next one.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession.